Did you know that the largest IT outage of all time happened last week?
It was the CrowdStrike thing.
Yeah.
I heard about that, and also like stuff was weird that day, so that must have affected you quite a lot.
Here's what happened. Maybe 3 or 4 times a year, I get midnight phone calls. I got 3 voicemails from my network engineer, and all of them he sounded shaky. Like they all sounded kind of like, hey, I just killed somebody and I think I might do it again. You know,
I need somebody to help me move the body.
It kind of had that vibe to it. Like, Frankie, you really need to call me back. I also get emails for, alerts for down systems. So you wait, it's 4 a.m. I got to go pee. I look at my phone, hundreds of emails. I'm a zero inbox guy. Hundreds of emails. I'm like, what's going on over there?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's going to be the worst day of my life.
Your heart starts racing. You're like, how bad is it? Because you don't know how bad it is. There's a bunch of Windows systems that aren't booting. Like we just can't get them to boot. And the network guy, network guys don't do servers and server guys don't do networking, but they overlap. And he was doing an upgrade on a network server, and he was convinced he broke the whole environment. He's like, something I did caused everything to start breaking, because it just happened to hit when he was working. He was doing an upgrade in the middle of the night, and I'm like, all right, this can't be right. I can get Windows to boot. Damn it, I've gotten Windows to boot my whole life. I can't do it either. I'm running into the same. They've all been doing this for 2 hours. Another network guy joins in, and he goes, "Did you guys know that CrowdStrike is having a major outage and they're grounding planes and their hospitals are having problems and there's a huge issue." And as soon as he said the word CrowdStrike, I was like, "Oh, right." Because that would explain why only a percentage, only Windows, and Windows wasn't booting. It's like, oh yeah, because if you think about it, like antivirus is a huge risk vector just for service delivery. Like it's an agent that runs on the computer that can prevent the computer from running properly.
Right.
And so if somebody said online, they were like, I guess we found the off button for the whole world. Yeah. If you had a software agent that runs on a critical mass of computers and that thing fails on all the computers from a bad update or something, that's what it was. They pushed a bad update in the middle of the night that caused blue screens of death on Microsoft systems. They stopped pushing the update, and as soon as they saw that there was a problem going on, as soon as you can only imagine the panic attack on the other end. So it only got to a few systems, but and then I called my director of infrastructure. I was like, hey, you got to get up and help us get this stuff up and running. And he's a Windows user, and he opens his laptop and it's blue screened, and I was like, oh, we're gonna have a great day, because this means everybody's gonna have this problem that has a Windows machine, or again, like enough people. So by this point, CrowdStrike had published the fix, and the fix was boot into safe mode, delete a system file, and then reboot. That's all you had to do. Go into System 32 drivers and delete a file and reboot. But that's when you realize, EJ, that trying to because there's no remoting, there's no screen sharing option here, because you're going to have to boot without networking. There's no remote fix option. There's no push a fix to all the computers. This is just raw dogging it. You have to explain to users of all kinds how to boot into safe mode.
There was a viral tweet where somebody at an airport, and they were like, I wanted to help them out and log into their computer and delete the file for them, but they wouldn't let me.
Oh yeah. Nina woke up. She's like, is everything okay? And I was like, when you go into work, your computer might not turn on, and here's the fix. You'll look like a hero. But then there's a lot of organizations, they don't let the user be an administrator, which you have to be in order to do this. A lot of them use BitLocker to encrypt the computer, and so you can't boot into safe mode without your BitLocker recovery key, which a lot of them aren't going to have. And then there's also different laptops and computers require different keystrokes to get into safe mode, and it's not always obvious which one it's going to be. So there's a lot of variables in getting this one thing fixed. And so if you have remote employees, you're on the phone with them, trying to explain this to them. But I talked to people at other organizations, and they were like, yeah, we have thousands of Windows computers that were affected by this.
Oh, jeez.
But you can only imagine the blowback.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.